boy, oh boy. Welcome back, folks, to the Strange and Unusual show, the weekly live chat that I do with you guys. In case you don't know who I am, I'm Illusionist Dan Sperry, the anti-conjuror. What's up, everybody in the chats? Thanks for tuning in. And if you could right now, as always, when I always start these things, I ask if you guys could please like and share the video. Hopefully, too, also, we should really start testing it like this every time I go live. And that is if you could hit like the heart or the thumbs up so I can see the bubbles, like the bubbles go up in the stream. So I know that you guys can see me okay, and that way I also know that you guys can hear me okay, which is also fairly important because lately I have not exactly been the best about turning my mic back on after doing the anti-gaming gaming show. I can see I see Doug in the chats right there. Yeah, Kyle, you were on. Donna was on last night with us when we were doing the anti-gaming gaming show. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm a little bit late today, just a little bit late because oh yeah, right. No, I'm getting ahead of myself. I should stick to the script. But if you guys don't mind right now, going ahead as well to share everything, you know, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Share to your page and all that, so we can help spread the information and the weirdness. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, that would be quite lovely, lovely, lovely. I'm just a little bit late, and oh, I'm back. Obviously, I'm back in the secondary studio. I'm not in the fancy studio this week because I literally just woke back up just a few minutes ago, not long before. I went live here because I was at the dentist today. I had to get up and go to the dentist at 7 a.m. No cavities, so that's good. I was super paranoid. I don't know if anybody else really has fear of the dentist. I wouldn't say I have fear of the dentist. I just don't like, and I know this is probably going to sound weird, if you've seen my show, I don't like things in my mouth or anything near my mouth or anything like that. I mean, I could deal with the dentist, but I was also scared. I was also scared because I thought that I had a missing filling. What's up, Hunter Bivens? I thought I had a missing filling, and apparently it was all in my head. Either that or my dentist really sucks. But he's got a 5-star rating on the internet, so that must mean something. That must stand for something, you know. But so I thought I'd lost a filling because I remember I was eating once not too long ago, and I had something crunchy was in my food, right? Jerry Kaufman, I'm the same way. I see you in the chat there. I hate the dentist, but I'm very happy when I'm done. Me too. I'm with you there. And so I was eating it, and something crunchy, and I was like, "What the hell is it?" So I spit it out, and it looked like eggshells or something. And then I was like, "Jesus Christ, is that a filling? Like, is that a filling? Did I just lose a filling?" And so, oh, Lori Pierce, you have to go Tuesday for a tooth to get pulled. Oh God. I've never had tooth pulled. I've never had a tooth pulled. I've never had teeth pulled, but I have had I have had jaw surgery, and then they extracted teeth at the same time as they were doing that. But I was already under, and that was terrifying. Though that was terrifying. Oral surgery scares the tooth fairy out of me. But I did get some teeth pulled, but so I spit this out. It looked like eggshell. So it's like, son of a bitch, that looks like filling, like the white stuff they put over your fillings. And I was trying to look like in the mirror. I don't notice anything. I'm not really getting like pain or like occasionally, let's say every once in a blue moon, I'll get a ping, you know, or something. But maybe that's just normal too. Like maybe I just have like sensitive teeth as well, which I think I do. I think I do have sensitive teeth. But oh, geez, Lori back again with more information. Broken tooth. Yeesh. Actually, I broke a tooth once, and I'm surprised they didn't just pull it. And so when I was a kid, and I was eating like a hard candy, like a I don't remember exactly what, like maybe it was a butterscotch or something like that. You know, like one of those hard candies and whatever. And so I bit down and it chipped, right? And and I chipped the tooth and took a chunk off of it, like broke it essentially. I just broke it, and so I had to go to the dentist and they put a crown on it, right? And so I go to the dentist, but I'm a little kid now, like, right? So I'm a little kid, not, you know, I'm not maybe 5 years old, maybe, you know, and so I'm, you know, I'm a little kid. Go to the dentist. My grandpa was a dentist, actually. That's why, like on this finger, I'm not sorry, not the best finger to be showing you guys, but that's why I have a tooth on that finger right there. That's for my grandpa, because he put himself through dental school, basically. So he was a dentist. I'll tell that story after this, right? So, so I had been to the dentist because my grandpa would help clean my teeth as a little kid, but in this case, I had to go to, like, you know, one of those pediatric, I think is what it's called, pediatric dentist is what I had to go to, right? And so I had to go there for the special, you know, get the crown on sort of thing, and I remember I didn't really know what was going on. I just remember like them explaining it to me, like, oh, we're gonna put like a hat over your tooth so it doesn't decay. And I was like, sure, okay, you know, you're a little kid, you don't understand what that means. And so oh, it was explained to me. That's it. It was explained to me that it was gonna be a silver like hat that my tooth is gonna wear. And I was like, whoa, you mean like a pirate? That's gonna be awesome. Like, yeah, I'll get one of those. I'll get all my teeth like that. I don't care, you know. And so I'm in the chair or whatever, and they start, you know, trying to put the needle for the Novocaine, and I freak out. I lose my shit, right? And so, oh, Matt Rose, looks like you have a story. Oh my God. All right, hang on. We'll get to that Matt Rose story. I just read a bit of it. I'll paraphrase mine because Matt's story sounds way out there. And so I'm like freaking out, right? And I'm losing it, and they had to gas me. They were taking lead blankets, you know, like the lead blankets that they use for the X-ray, right? So, like, now that I'm like telling this story again, it's actually really kind of messed up, because I'm just this little kid, and I'm kicking and screaming and punching, and they had to get my dad in to try to talk me out of this spastic behavior, right? And so I'm like kicking and I'm going nuts, right, with this dentist, and you know, they don't know what to do, like they don't know how to handle me. And so they're piling on the lead blankets to try to weigh me down. They literally strap me to the chair, and they're giving me the gas, and then, you know, the Novocaine. I was so out of it, and I horrified, totally horrified, and like never a fan of the dentist ever since. But I got my silver tooth, and I remember I lost it eating a sloppy Joe, like about a year later when I was a kid. I lost that baby tooth. But, you know, in hindsight, why it was a baby tooth? Why didn't they just pull it? I don't know why they didn't just pull it. So, oh man, I made iced tea today. I made this iced tea. I know it looks like piss. It's not piss. It's iced tea. Fuck off. It's iced tea. It's not piss. It's ice pissed. No, it's tea. But so we're going between iced tea and coffee here. So you know, all the caffeine. And so yeah, so I was kind of freaked out at the dentist, but I'm not against it. Like I'm not as bad as this as Matt's story here. Because Matt's story sounds like, yeah, your poor girlfriend sounds like she had an interesting. What, my mouse is being a dum-dum. An interesting situation. I'm gonna try a different USB plug. Stand by for Jesus. Try a different USB. That's acting up weird there. But yeah, so I went into the dentist, and I told him this whole story about how I thought I lost a filling and whatever, and I get, you know, cleaned up, whatever, no cavities, no nothing. He just said I probably have sensitive teeth, and I'm a psychopath, you know, I'm a psychopath. Speaking of psychopath, I watched 7 Psychopaths the other day. Great movie. Anyways, but let's look at this story that Matt Rose just dropped in the chat. My girlfriend isn't allowed back to the dentist in my area because she's the worst when it comes to the dentist. She flinches and fights because when she was a kid, a dentist dropped a tool down her throat and accidentally drilled through her cheek. He lost his job, not sure about his certification. I mean, if it was an accident, what are you gonna do, right? But at the same time, oofty, that's a toughie. That's really sad. Like probably like if he like, I mean, I don't know, like how far did he drill through her cheek? That's terrible. Oh God, that's terrible. I couldn't imagine too. Like, what was she getting? She must have been getting like a filling, or a cavity done or something, right? Because if he like, how long does a drill stay in someone? I mean, I guess those drills are pretty heavy, right? So if it falls down and it's like this little narrow drill, it probably did actually go through her cheek. But like losing your job over it, I mean, I would think you would have better insurance maybe. But I guess if he like, yeah, if he drilled through her cheek, and especially if it's a kid, you know, that's got to be terrifying, absolutely terrifying. Thank God my dentist didn't do that. So good dentist. If you're ever in Vegas and you need a good dentist, go see Dr. Crowley, Crowley. Oh, not all the way. She said not all the way. Oh, because I was gonna say that would be nuts if it actually went all the way through. But still, drilled into her cheek. Yeah. I wouldn't blame her to be so freaked out. That's awful. But as I was saying too, speaking of dentists, and we'll just wrap up the whole dental thing. My grandpa was a dentist, and he put himself through dental school by taking side jobs and odd jobs here and there, and that's why I got the tooth for him, because he was basically self-made as a dentist. Put himself through dental school, like sold his Harley and stuff to go to dental school. Even I forget the name of the company. What's the company? The Class Ring Company. I can't remember their name, but you know, there's that big company, nationwide company that always designs class rings and stuff. And they were, you know, designing a class ring for his university class or whatever. And yeah, I know, Kyle. My dentist is Mr. Crowley. It doesn't. Yeah, I know. It doesn't. Yeah, doesn't. It makes sense, but it doesn't. But so he put himself down, and he also did it by redesigning and remaking class rings, because he thought the regular Jostens, thank you, John. That's it, Jostens. Thank you, guys. Jostens. He thought the Jostens designs were such shit that he redid it, redesigned them, and then sold them, and took the business from Jostens just as a one-off, just to make money, so he could put himself through dental school. So my grandpa, you know, self-made dude. That's how he did it. He was self-made like that, and then when he became a dentist, he was a dentist for a short while, and then he also he went on to. Then he fixed and repaired and refitted dentures for the elderly. So he'd go into old folks' homes. He'd go into homes with people with Alzheimer's and stuff like that. And so he used he used his talents to sort of give back, you know, and do this. And he did it at discount, sometimes for free, you know. So my dentist was a cool guy, self-made guy. Didn't ask for anything from anybody. Didn't go and throw a hissy fit because things didn't go his way, or because he didn't get to do this or that, like most of these crybabies that you see on the internet and on TV right now. My grandpa was self-made, sacrificed a lot of things, including his Harley, including his hog, to put himself through dental school, and then turned around and used the talents and the things that he was self-made and put himself through to achieve the talents, and then paid it back by taking care of other people. And I think that's the way it should be done, as opposed to people just bitching and moaning like they are right now. It's like you guys ever remember watching Raven on WCW wrestling? What about me? What about Raven? That's pretty much how everybody behaves now. Just a bunch of crybabies. But not my grandpa. Not my grandpa. And he never did get another Harley, unfortunately. Now my uncle has those. He has the Harleys. But speaking of putting yourself through school, this has nothing to do with school, but it has everything to do with transportation. And because it's going to require transportation, and Harley Davidsons are a form of transportation. And there you go. 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, only used as an excuse for me to say, hey, guess what, guys? Coming back to Germany. That was, oh, I don't have these lined up right. Now I'm here, and now I'm here. Now I'm here, and now I'm here. Okay. But Germany, Distorted Sorcery, and more shows coming along the way. Still can't talk about it yet, but another contract signed today. So claps, claps, claps. Another contract signed. We're coming back, getting back out on stage. Again, it's not till 2021. But oatmeal is better than no meal, right? So again, I'm not complaining. Getting those contracts signed. I'm going to be getting back out there. You're going to be seeing me sooner than later, hopefully. But for now, the next people that get to see me are the Germans. So, herzlichen Dank, Deutschland. But also, though, speaking of Germany, quick side note. Oh my God, Mark Sampson. Mark Sampson, Owatonna Jostens has Super Bowl ring contract. I think I remember knowing that. Also, Mark Sampson in the chat, magician from Minnesota, who really helped me out when I was younger. I was like 12 or 13, and he had his illusion show, traveling around, and he let me come and just kind of shadow people, and shadow him and watch how things were set up and put together and done and all of that, and I appreciated it then, and I appreciate it now. And Mark Sampson probably even met my grandpa that I just talked about. That was the dentist. That ended up becoming a dental denturtician. I don't even know. People who piss around with dentures, I don't know what they're called. But yeah, he probably met him. But yeah, Distorted Sorcery, the new tour, new weird and crazy stuff that I've been working on, and all that coming to Germany. And speaking of Germany, a great movie that I watched. I can't believe I never heard of it. Shout out in the chat right now, in the comments, if you guys have heard of Jojo Rabbit. The movie Jojo Rabbit. I can't say, I know the guy. I can't say his name. It was written and directed by the guy who he's directed some Mandalorian. I think he also wrote. I know he directed. He might have even written What We Do in the Shadows. His name's like Tutu Tilla Tutu Tata or something like that. If it's not that, I'm close. It's right around there. Yeah, right around there. Something like that. So Jojo Rabbit. If I put it on my Instagram story. And by the way, if you follow me on Instagram, awesome. If you follow me on TikTok, don't. I have a TikTok just so I can keep that name, and so I can keep it so that somebody else doesn't take that account name. But get off TikTok. I know I've mentioned it before, but seriously, get off TikTok, because it's just a spy for the Chinese thing, and it's getting outlawed in other countries, and it's only a matter of time before it comes here. You know, FBI man's watching this already enough. I don't need anybody else, creeping on me. Isn't that right, Alexa? I don't have an Alexa. I'm not an idiot. But Jojo Rabbit, I rented Jojo Rabbit. You can rent it online. It came out last year. I mean, it's great. It's got like this Wes Anderson and sort of Coen Brothers style to it. Really great writing. Amazing acting by the kids. The kids that are in this movie, amazing actors. Such great acting in it by these kids. And hilarious. Within the first 10 minutes, I was laughing my ass off. Right? I was laughing my ass off. And like to the point of tears. I was dying. Like, no stabbing! No stabbing! It's just fucking hilarious. Jojo Rabbit. Really great. If you haven't seen Jojo Rabbit, you need to check out Jojo Rabbit. Great movie. Sorry, that's just off on a side tangent. But yeah, so anyway, Strange Magic tour is somewhat retired as of now. Distorted Sorcery is the new tour that I've been writing and working on, because we got nothing but time right now. I've got nothing but time right now. This is the art, by the way. This is the art. And I never really... I asked a couple of people what they thought of it. Most people said it's fucking scary, but I don't really care, because this new show has more to do with some, more supernatural or super unnatural type things. Ken Dunn, great movie, Jojo Rabbit, best movie last year. Yeah, exactly. It was great. Lisa Bates saw Jojo Rabbit. Avery Fertel, you have to try Billy's Diner in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Great food. Would love to meet you. Oh, thanks. Yeah, sure, Avery. And diner. I love diner food. I love diner food. I love diner coffee. When I lived in New York, I lived not far from this place called Galaxy Diner. It was called Galaxy Diner right on, because I lived on 42nd and 8th, right? And so I would always walk down to the Galaxy Diner and get like a nice coffee and maybe a piece of pie, because I'm more of a pie person, right? And yeah, love going to the diner, so I would definitely check that out. Anytime there's a good diner, I'm there, right? Diner, hardly know her. But what were we talking about? Jojo Rabbit and something else. I don't know. I forgot. Well, but hey, diner mugs. Yes, Lisa. Yeah, diner mugs. You know about that. Diner mugs. You know, they're always great. Diner mugs, I feel like can't go wrong with diner mugs, because they're always like that super heavy duty ceramic material. Ceramic, yes. Thank you, Lisa. Yes, ceramic. Stays hot. Yeah, this is thin, cheap ceramic. Actually, I have a few mugs that I do notice. I do notice that I have several mugs where they doesn't keep the coffee as hot. No, God, Lisa, cherry pie. Oh God, no. Cherry pie is disgusting. Too rich, too sweet. I'm a big fan of sweet potato pie. Actually, every year on my birthday, my uncle and we share a sweet potato pie when I'm back in Minnesota. I always try to get back to Minnesota every year, and sweet potato pie is something that my uncle and I usually get and have on my birthday, and yeah, sweet potato pie and strawberry rhubarb, and strawberry rhubarb. If you've never had strawberry rhubarb pie, you're missing out. Let me know. Yes, thank you, Jerry Kaufman. Yes. Taika Waititi. You see what I mean? It's like I was close enough. Well, you know, you know, ikura kakarimasu, whatever, you know. And yes, Lisa Bates. See, strawberry rhubarb, the best pie in the entire world, and especially if you can get strawberry rhubarb pie made by the Amish. There's a bunch of Amish in Michigan, and like. Of course, they can make furniture like a son of a bitch, but they can make pie like it's better than sex, you know. And like if you can get an Amish strawberry rhubarb pie, it is top shelf. Top shelf. You're in high cotton if you get the strawberry rhubarb pie from the Amish. Highly recommended. Oh, Marian, yes, sweet potato pie, yes, absolutely, so good. Kyle, you call it strawbarb? Oh, we just say the whole thing, strawberry rhubarb. My other grandpa, my granddad, actually had. Well, there you go. Yeah, Avery, Lancaster, Amish country. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, Lisa, the Hutterites. We got some Hutterites down here in America. We got some Hutties down here. I don't even know if people call them that. I probably shouldn't have said that. Oh boy, someone's gonna get offended. Nah, they're probably not. They don't have the internet, right? So how would they know? How would they know? But not meant to be, you know, not meant to be offensive, but whatever. Everybody gets offended these days, so what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Speaking of people getting offended, happy belated 4th of July. That's right, happy belated 4th of July, everyone. And I don't know if anybody did anything. I didn't really do much, but that's still cool. I remember 4th of July growing up as a kid having the fireworks, because in Minnesota, we didn't have fireworks for a long time in Minnesota. We had to go over to Wisconsin or North Dakota, South Dakota, and get the fireworks there and bring them back. And my grandparents, my granddad and my grandma would always bring fireworks up from Texas, because they had a place down in Texas, because my granddad's office had a satellite location down in Texas, and so they would travel down there, especially in the winter, and they would pick up fireworks and then bring them back for me and my brother and sister and cousins to play with. So we would always be lighting off fireworks all through the summer. Didn't even have to do with 4th of July. And what's crazy too is we were young, and they're letting us still set off these fireworks, right? And we were like 8 years old, 7. lighting the matches and putting it on the, on the wick thing and running away, or even the black cats and throwing them and, bottle rockets, the whole thing. And so there was a video. I'm guessing you had to have seen this. It's the video of in San Diego. I mean, as far as I know, nobody got injured. I mean, God, I hope they didn't get injured, because it looked like a doozy. But there was a whoopsie doodles. There was a whoopsie doodles, if you want to call it that, in San Diego. They set off their entire display, like like the computer malfunctioned or something like that, I think. And so this is all of their. But I think it looks pretty cool, actually. Lori, I'm not. I'm with you there. I'm not in disagreement, is what I was trying to say. I just totally said it backwards. So I think that was it. I think they blew through all their shit already. So that was it. That was it. That was in San Diego, I think it was, and they set off all the stuff, all the fireworks, all the pyro by accident. But what a cool display. I mean, and I love the idea of fireworks and everything on 4th of July. Like, don't get me wrong, I think that's awesome, and I think I always liked setting off fireworks at home, like in the backyard or in the street, as opposed to going to a fireworks display. I don't know if it's just me, but I've never, like, you see a fireworks, even with Disney. I'm gonna say it, even with Disney, with the exception of Epcot. I liked Epcot's because it was over the lake and it had fire and other animatronic things coming and going. The new stuff that they're doing with the Disney fireworks, honestly, at Disneyland and Magic Kingdom, it's not bad. It's not bad how they're, doing the projection mapping onto the castle and stuff. But it's like, foop, boom. Yeah, I've seen that one before. Oh, that one's pink. I haven't seen a pink one in a minute. I don't know. It's just not for me. I like more of hanging with, your neighbors or your family and setting up fireworks and hopefully, not blowing off any appendages or losing an eye. Yeah, Steve, it was a premature grand finale. That's what she said. But it still looked cool. I thought that looked awesome. Having it just set off like a giant Roman candle on an island. This one though, have you guys seen this drone footage of LA? This looks awesome. This is also Attractions 360 is a great YouTube account to look up. This is Attractions 360 on YouTube. They have an amazing account. Look at all these fireworks going off in LA. I love this. This is awesome footage. Look at this. How cool is that? And I'm not like saying this I'm not trying to get like overly political about how, they said you can't go out and shoot fireworks and blah 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 and it's a white man's celebration. Shut the fuck up. Let's just get together and have a good time and grill and have some beers and whatever. Could you turn it off for a second? Can everybody just relax for a second? Look how cool this is. This I like seeing. As like I was saying, I look up and, fireworks shows don't really do it for me. But I could watch this. I could watch these drone footages of look at all these different ones going off. Thank God the drone didn't get nailed by one of those, because I'm sure that drone's not cheap. I actually have never looked into a drone. Maybe I should do that, since I really have nothing but time on my hands until 2021. Until 2021, since I basically got nothing going on. Maybe I should learn how to fly a drone. I'm trying to think of a hobby to start. I've never really had a hobby, and now I'm trying to think of a hobby. So I was looking into maybe buying models. I was thinking about getting a model of the Nautilus from Disney's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And so maybe drone pizza delivery. Sure, Lisa, drone strawberry rhubarb pie delivery. So, yeah. Oh, that's a great idea. I didn't know that. Chris Forbes, Disney uses air cannons to launch the fireworks to precisely control the altitude of each shell. Good deal. Exactly, Avery. Magic is a job and hobby. That's right. But I'm blowing through my stuff that I've set aside to work on. That is stuff that I've always wanted to work on. I'm gonna I think I'm gonna get a model of the Nautilus from Disney's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I've been looking at them online, trying to find maybe a knockoff one because they're actually really expensive. Like, because some of them are old, like from like the 70s and 80s or whatever, and so they're like over $200. So I didn't buy one yet because gotta budget, gotta stay on the budget. But yeah, and so I think I might get a little thing, whatever that's called, a little model kit of the Nautilus from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I think that could be a cool, get a Lego set, right, so I can step on them, one other thing I had on the notes, though, is that, hopefully everybody had a good 4th of July, and I hope that, if you didn't this year, hopefully going forward, we were showing everybody these headphones, this cable, I can't get a cake in it, or it'll turn off my dialysis. If not this year, you'll be doing it next year. Hopefully, you guys, and I put this on my social media as well too. But always be mindful. We were always mindful when we set off our fireworks. Don't blow your eye out. Don't lose a finger. All that stuff. Who cares? Just be mindful of any, maybe there's people in your neighborhood that are veterans that have PTSD and, don't particularly do well with those kind of noises, and animals as well. Maybe some people have animals. That's something that we always did, that I was taught to respect and practice when we would set off our fireworks, and I wanted to pass that along to you guys. And if any of you watching are veterans or served in anything, thanks so much for your service, much appreciated, because without you, I know I wouldn't have the freedoms that I have, or the freedom to be able to look like this and do stuff like I do for a job. So thanks for that. But speaking of, love my transitions this week, nailing it. Speaking of like things from back in the day, and all that, it's time for one of the more popular segments that we have here. I'm going to show you guys some old school magic right now. It's time for old school magic. Okay, old school magic time. As Ava, who does those animations? Who do you think does those animations? That's why they look like they're held together with scotch tape and a rubber band. Actually, yeah, that transition needs to get tightened up a little bit. I might have been on the scotch when I made that transition. Not my best work, that's for sure. But yeah, so old school magic. This is where every week when we do this, I try to show you guys clips and talk to you about magicians from the past that have either been influential on me or just influential on the art form as a whole. And this week we're back to dead guys. Right, we did Neil Foster last week, not dead guy. Most of them are dead guys, right? We've had a couple that are, still alive, but most of them are dead guys. So we're back on dead guys now. We're talking about dead guys. So old school magic this week is a British guy, a British comedy magician. Dude's a fucking legend, and not only is he a legend because of what he did for the art as a comedy magician, but because of he died live on stage on television, and his name is Tommy Cooper. You've probably heard of Tommy Cooper, maybe not. I don't know. Or you've heard of the legend of Tommy Cooper. This is Tommy Cooper. This is Tommy Cooper right here. The guy had this like maniac and manic style of presenting magic, comedy magic, and the whole kind of gag about what he was doing too is that he would take just like these typical, very basic bitch type magic tricks, and then kind of flip them on their head and almost make fun of them. It was like he was taking the piss out of magic, really before that was even a real thing, or maybe as popular as it is now. Speaking of fucking TikTok, they call it TikTok because that's the ticking time bomb ticking down to when they infiltrate all our devices. Avery Fertile, you should do an escape act for all the magicians who passed from doing escapes. Well, Avery, if they didn't fucking survive, why would I do that? If one of them didn't survive one, why would I try all of them together? Because exponentially, wouldn't that mean what? Who sent you? Who told you to tell me to do that? Who was it? Was it Blaine? Was it Blaine? Was it that Asian guy? Was it Lu Chen? Cyril? Who was it? Was it Copperfield? Who sent you? But no. So Tommy Cooper, he really great guy. I got a video clip of Tommy Cooper doing one of my favorite bits, probably everybody's favorite bit. And this is probably the bit that introduced him to people. It's called Spoon Jar Spoon, and so watch this. This is Tommy Cooper doing Spoon Jar Spoon. It's awesome. Check it out. Son of a bitch. Hold on. We gotta turn the sound on. We gotta turn the sound on. My fault. Always with the fucking sound with this. Okay, back to Tommy Cooper. Take 2.
Thank you. Stop. Thank you. Well, I must say you've been a wonderful audience. And I'd like to finish now with a little song. I can always tell when an audience are going to be good or bad. Good night. What? Spoon Jar Spoon. Spoon Jar. What about that smoking, Joey? Spoon Jar Spoon. Spoon Jar. Spoon Jar Spoon. Stop! Well, pull it. Oh, dear. Rose, I've risen. I didn't like it anymore. Look, see that glove? Second hand. I backed a horse today, 20 to 1. Give me 20 past 4. He was so late coming in, he had a tiptoe back to the stable. And the jockey kept hitting like that with a whip. Not like that, like that. Like that. And the horse said, what are you doing that for? There's nobody behind us. I bought a greyhound about a month ago. A friend of mine said, what are you going to do with it? I was going to race it. He said, well, look at it, I think you beat it.
Okay, so that I mean, I could let the video keep going, but that's Tommy Cooper. Like I said, the guy was a legend, is a legend. Unfortunately, he passed away. I mean, I'm not going to show the clip. You can, if you want, you can look it up. You can find it online. But yeah, just the first kind of guy to really like bring to mainstream just this goofball manic, making fun of magic, taking the piss out of it, sort of thing. With the spoon in the jar and the thread pulling it, so just wing and it goes off into the wings and flies off. And yeah, the guy was a nut job. But Tommy Cooper, that's his name, Tommy Cooper. That's the old school magic segment for today. So if you want to check out more of Tommy Cooper, he's all over YouTube. Really, really funny stuff. He had so many TV appearances, and he had his own show. I want to say it was called the Tommy Cooper Show, but it would make sense, wouldn't it? But who knows? Who knows for sure? Who knows for sure if that's really what it was called? It was by Thames Television. The Thames. It's by the Thames Television. I remember watching Thames television programs when I was a kid, and I hated the intro. I'm gonna make a note of that. I'm gonna play it next week. I'm gonna see if I can find the intro. Have you guys ever had that where there's like a TV show or something, maybe something in a movie? For me, it's been like TV shows or whatever, where it plays something and it like sets something off in your head and it annoys the shit out of you, and that's what the Thames Television intro did for me. So I'm gonna make a note of that because I want to show it. I want to rip it and show it next week and see, because I'm curious if I show it to you guys, if you have the same reaction as like psychologically, yeah. So there's that. And speaking of magic, let's keep on with these amazing transitions that I have here. Let's keep on with it. Now this is where I take a moment and I actually teach you guys how to do an easy magic trick that you can do with things that you already have around the house. It's teach a trick time. Okay, teach a trick time. This is, like I said, this is where I teach you guys how to do an easy magic trick that you can do with something found around the house. In this case, this uses a deck of cards. Avery, thanks. Oh, Matt Rose. All right, you gotta go. Nice to see you. Thanks for jumping in the chat. Chris Forbes, serious question. When you first started, did you learn magic from videos or books? I actually learned from books. Books mainly, even all throughout. And eventually videos came in the form of VHS tapes. Whoa! But, and, oh, Kyle, that's weird. You didn't get the notification that you were on, that I was on until now. I don't know. It's, the aliens. It's the aliens. But so this is, but anyways, Avery, yeah, my official page, some sweet merch. Thanks, Avery. That's very cool of you to say that. That's right, Avery Fertile says, and don't forget to go on my official page, which is dansperrystore.com, and you can get other cool stuff like t-shirts or like these decks of cards. So this Teach a Trick segment involves a deck of cards. This is a trick that you do for one person or can do for a couple. Since there's nobody else here, I'm going to have to sort of... I can't exactly perform and then explain it to you. I'm going to sort of do a combo of both. So hopefully this will work. I'm going to turn my webcam down here. This is starting to look weird. But so it's a card trick, and you have somebody pick a card. It doesn't matter what one it's going to be. So in this case, we'll use the 9 of spades here. So the 9 of spades, this is your card or whoever's card. They take it out. They look at it. They show it around. Why is that in there? They show it around to whoever. You cut half the deck. 9 of spades goes into the middle, right? Goes inside, and shuffle it up a bit, and then you say, "I'm gonna find your card," but instead of going through like this and finding your card, because sometimes this is what maybe you expect magicians do. Instead, I'm not going to use the full deck. I'm just going to use a few cards from the deck. So, I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only need 5 cards for this. Okay? 5 cards, that's all I need to find your card. I don't need the whole deck. I'm not even sure if it's in these 5 cards. I'm not sure if it's in the deck somewhere. but we're gonna find out. Okay, we're gonna find out using just these 5 cards. This will tell me where your card is. Okay, so all I'm gonna do to find it is spell. I'm going to spell. Here is your card. Okay, so I'm going to spell H-E-R-E. Here. Okay, so now we're going to go here. We're going to spell I-S. Okay, and I'm going to slowly take away cards as I do this. I forgot to say that. Here is your Y-O-U-R. Here is your, and then card. C-A-R-D. And that should leave us with 1 card. I said, here is your card. I would spell it. This would tell me what card it is, and that lands at the 9 of spades. Here is your card, the 9 of spades. Boom! Magic show! So here's how it's done. Okay, here's how it's done. You need a deck of cards. It doesn't matter if it's a full deck of cards or not. Just any deck of cards, but I prefer you use one of these In Matorum Dan Sperry decks of cards that you can get from dansperrystore.com. Thank you very much. Shameless plug again. Shameless alien plug again. So here's how this works. It doesn't matter what card they take, right? So they reach in and they take out a card just like I showed it to you. In this case, we'll use the 3 of spades. The 3 of spades is going to be the card that was chosen. You as the person showing this trick, you don't see what it is. So this is always confusing. But for the case of explanation, okay, for the case of explanation, we're looking at it, right? Like you see where this is going. All right, so 3 of spades. That's the card that gets picked out, and that's being looked at. The 3 of spades. Now, as you just shuffle the deck, all you have to do is remember the bottom card, okay? In this case, it's the 2 of hearts. You don't know what this card is, okay? But P.S. it's the 3 of spades. So just remember the bottom card. When you cut the deck to have them put the card in the middle, the 3 of spades, you place the 2 of hearts. You put the second half on top, which means that card that you are aware of, the 2 of hearts, goes on top, okay? You can do a couple shuffles like this where you're just taking 1 card off because you're not shuffling too deep into where the card is in the middle of the deck with your the card that you know on top of it. I know, it's a bit confusing. Hopefully this is making sense right now, okay? So when you say, most magicians will now go through the deck and try to find your card, all I'm doing is I'm going through the deck and I'm looking for that 2 of hearts because then I know the card underneath it is the card that was chosen, the 3 of spades, okay? So once I see the 2 of hearts, I just go, but I'm not going to do that. And I cut all the cards above the 2 of hearts to the bottom as I just sort of reposition everything. So now the card that you saw at the bottom is on top, and right underneath it is the card that was chosen, which is the 3 of spades. Okay? Then you deal down. You say, I don't need the whole deck. I only need 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to deal them one on top of the other. You get rid of the deck, and you say, this will tell me what your card is by spelling, here is your card. So you spell from top underneath. You just keep going in a cycle, in a circle. So H-E-R-E, and when you're done, you put the top card down, and then I-S, top card down, Y-O-U-R, top card down, C-A-R-D, top card down. Now that leaves just 1 in your hand, and that is the 3 of spades, which is the one that they picked, or the one that they chose. So you can say, hey, look, here is your card. It's not. It could have been in the deck. It could have been in one of these 5. I don't know, but this will tell me where your card is. I'm going to spell, here is your card, and then boom, there is your card, the 3 of spades, and you've done a miracle. Pass the plate. So there you go, magic show. So there's a fun little easy magic trick that you guys can do, and takes just a little bit of practice, but now you already know how it's done, and you can go out and amaze people and have them throw bras and panties and money at you. Ava Leal, are card tricks usually full of mathematics? No, not well. The easy ones, yeah, usually like the easy ones like that are. You know, that's actually a really good question. Usually the easy card tricks are, yes, as you know, especially as like beginner level type stuff. Yeah, they're more, you know. Thanks. Oh, Doug. Doug likes the T-shirt. Yeah, defund Hollywood. You can get. I got this actually from a website called American AF or America AF. I think it's America as fuck basically. I got this when everybody was saying to defund the police. I thought this was maybe just as important of a message, at least in my experiences. So thank you, thanks, Doug. If anybody wants to look up where to get it, there you go. But yeah, most of them are actually mathematical based. It's like the beginner ones, like this, like these easy ones that are great for beginners or people wanting to get interested in magic. And a lot of them also have mathematic elements to them as well, because even though you can get into magic at any age, like at any time, it's not something that you necessarily have to get into as a kid. I mean, one of my best friends, the guy that I had mentioned before, Paul Kozak, he didn't get into magic until he was like 21, 22, I think, you know. And there's people that even still get into magic later in life. I've met a lot of guys. That's awesome, Marine. But I've met a lot of guys that got into magic as performing and learning when they were older, actually. You know, but they were maybe fans of magic or something like that as a kid. But I've met older guys that got into it much later in life, you know, and that's totally fine. But the point I was trying to make with all of that too is that a lot of these more beginner magic tricks utilize mathematics and things like that because they can be combined with other magic tricks that use other things like reading sort of things or memorization, like visual comprehension, memorization sort of skill sets or exercises. So they can be combined with these things to help kids, you know, learn not just to get comfortable in public speaking positions or situations where they have to get up in front of the class and talk about something, give a book report or whatever. It's also a good tool to sort of, you know, to develop that part of their brain and learning. And learning is with the mathematics and other things, like I said, visual, dexterity stuff, you know, magic is, you know, with the sleight of hand things. Copperfield has a thing called Project Magic. Kevin Spencer has, he's another really highly respected magician from out east. Kevin Spencer, he has like a rehabilitation thing with magic as well, where they go into hospitals with, you know, people who are doing rehabilitation or something like that, and they teach them easy magic tricks that they can learn to show to their nurses or to share with their families. So when they come to visit them, they've, as part of their recovery or recuperation from a surgery or an accident or something like that, or any maybe sort of disability that they were born with, to help train muscles to work in a certain way. It's really great stuff that can be utilized with magic to do that. Lori, you gotta go. Hey, thanks. I'll see you later. Lori Pierce is out. See you later. But yeah, and speaking of new of magic and new things and learning things, I have something to share. I was hoping they'd get here by today, but they didn't, so I'm going to tease them right now. You might have seen it on my Instagram or something, but these right here, we got some of these things coming. No, they're not Pogs, and no, they're not Pog Slammers. I got to give a shout out to my buddy Bill in Chicago, who has a laser cutter, who's helping me cut a bunch of these Penta Rabbit logos for a project that is actually coming to dansperrystore.com, the same place where you can get these lovely decks of cards. But this is the logo right here. This is what has been cut. It's the rabbit in the pentagram, which, as I've mentioned before, was designed for me by my buddy Chris Grimley. Great artist. These are also, it's sideways, so turn your head. These are also something that's coming soon. but I don't want to give away too much just yet. So that's the new merch. We're gonna talk about now some other weird stuff, some strange and unusual things as we jump into this week's UFO Waka Waka spooky stuff. So I had mentioned happy belated 4th of July to everybody. I also need to say a happy belated International UFO Day. So hopefully you guys shot off some fireworks and drones at some UFOs, like some Battle Los Angeles stuff maybe. I don't know. But no, they're not pins. They're not pins. And so no, they're not pins. I can't say what they are. You might not even be able to guess what we got in the works here. But it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be pretty fun. But this week in UFO sightings actually is from. I chose this one. It's not actually even from this week. When is this from? I gotta look at this again. When is this from? This was actually filmed June 28th. This was filmed June 28th. And it was a sighting from down in, where the heck was this? Did I not write it down? It's like from Tennessee. How did I leave this out of the notes? I want to say it was in Tennessee because I remember just feeling like, no, Doug, they're not edibles. They're not edibles. I remember reading it being like, oh, this is going to be a good one because it's, it's from like Tennessee or whatever, where everybody always says, like, oh, if you're from Tennessee, of course you see aliens, but I can't remember where in Tennessee it's from. Son of a bitch. I thought I typed it out, but apparently not. Shit. Sorry about that, but it's somewhere in Tennessee. They filmed this cigar-shaped UFO flying over the mountain ridge, as you can see right there. It's not the great. I think this was filmed with the same camera as Tommy Cooper's. Or potato filming is now the way to go. Yeah, exactly, Jenna. This looks like it was filmed on the same potato as Tommy Cooper's TV appearance. But this was actually taken June 28th of 2020 down in Tennessee. So just a little over a week. So not quite this week, but again, we've talked about like what could these things be? Are these drones? This I don't think is a drone because it looks like it's quite large. Given if the guy would quit getting so Blair Witch with the goddamn camera, Jesus, get a tripod. He's from Tennessee. He probably doesn't have much teeth, let alone a tripod. But it's from drinking all that shine. From drinking all that shine down there, the moonshine. It looks, cigar shaped. It was, described as a silvery white cigar shaped object. As you can see, it's moving pretty slow and at a constant speed. Super pixelated. This, I don't know about this one. This one, at least it's not an orb, right? At least this week it's not an orb, because we all know how I feel about orbs if you've been watching these live chats for a while now. We all know orbs are like, what orb, really? But here's a little, you can see, here's a kind of a still close-up of it. It's not flying away. It's maintaining speed and it's maintaining its shape and size. So it wasn't Chattanooga. It was I remember seeing it. It was a place that started with a W. But of course now I didn't write it down with my notes here for the show, so I don't remember now. But it was something with a W. This dude Alan Barra and his wife noticed it, and they filmed it on their potato. Ralph Jewell, you saw something like that in Kentucky. You saw it live, or you saw somebody like posted or made a video and posted it, and it was in Kentucky, or you saw it live? Because if you saw it live, that's very interesting. Metal barrel drone, says Lisa. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know if that's a thing or not. Metal barrel drone. I've never seen. This is where I'm like, I need to start looking into drones. Maybe I should get a drone. Maybe I should also dye my roots again. Jesus. And so this I don't know what this is. Because thank God it's not an orb, right? Like, that's the main thing. Praise the Lord that it's not an orb this time. But it's a cigar-shaped UFO, which are common things. Cigar-shaped UFOs have been reported and looked into for basically as long as people have been reporting UFOs. So basically since the Egyptians. But, Ralph, you saw it live. Can you email me about it? Just email info@dansperry.com. I'll drop it in the chat right there. If you don't mind, email me about it. Just give me like a quick little description, because I'd love to talk about it next week. And if maybe you happen to get a picture of it or a video of it or something, let me know as well, because I'd love to see it and know more about it. That'd be great. Okay, we got the Oscar Mayer wiener got wings. Could be. It could be a plane, Ava. That's a good point. It could be a plane, because it could, like a Cessna or something. That was an idea that I had. It could be a Cessna, a Chinook helicopter, maybe. But I don't see, usually, I don't see like the little propellers or the side propeller. I don't know. But this one I'm not so sure. It does maintain a consistent speed, and we also don't see the end of the video. That's one thing that I always like to see, is the end of the video. It said in the report of this, it said that it eventually dipped behind the trees. Okay, but at least in the video I saw right here, it didn't happen. I didn't see it. I don't like it where I don't see it the beginning, but when are you ever gonna see the beginning of it? Because if it's almost like then you almost want to call bullshit, like it was planned, right? Like it's a scam. So, but at least the end, I'd like to see it either just or disappear or whatever into another dimension, or back up into the ether or whatever, another planet. But yeah, so this one I'm actually not sure about. This one was a pretty good one in my opinion. So, yeah. I can't remember, though, where it was supposed to be from, but it was definitely in Tennessee. It was definitely down there in Tennessee. Oh, my God. We're going long again today. We're going long. Oh, dear. We're going to cut to this one now, because we're already at an hour. Boy, can I spin some yarn. Is that how it's supposed to say, spin some yarn? I don't know. Anyways, well, let's jump into New Magic premiere. Okay, New Magic, yay! This is the New Magic premiere, where every week I show you guys a little magic trick that either I've been working on, I've dug out of like an old box of something maybe I used to do, or just something I threw together. In this case, this is something I just threw together, because talking about UFOs and stuff, I actually have, believe it or not, I have a real ancient, old school, ancient alien artifact that is a beamer converter, is what it was described to me, as it was passed down through generations. A mysterious old woman in a gypsy cart gave this to me, and when I turned around as I walked away, the cart was gone. Nothing but some dry leaves blew across the cobblestone as a thunderstorm began and approached. The skies went green as the stars came out. All right, get on with it, Sperris. So if you take a look at nothing inside the what did I call it? The beamer converter, the beaming converter, whatever. Because this allows anything to become manifested inside this chamber, just like in like Star Trek or whatever, when they beam people into the ship or something, or if they push a button and something magically, as if by magic and technology, manifests and is created and appears before your very eyes, whatever. So that's what that is. And so we're gonna use it with a card trick. I need somebody. Hang on. This is gonna let me readjust this here. This is gonna be a mess. Somebody in the chat. Anyways, no, I won't even. Hang on. I won't even bother with that. I'm not gonna ask anybody to pick a card. It's that same deck, you guys know, all different. I'm going to have usually someone would pick a card, but I'm going to pretend like I don't know what it is. I'm just going to cut the deck here and then mark, and then remember, empty who's it, what's it frame, right? Okay, that's important to remember. Empty who's it, what's it frame, that where the that allows things to be manifested. They can be manifested right before your very eyes of whatever your wishes are to. Boy, this hinge is stuck. There, okay. Stuck. The hinge is stuck. That's not good. Got an oil can. This is actually a really old magic trick, so y'all can suck a dick if you don't like how it's going. But let's see the card. 9 of diamonds. We cut to the middle of the deck. 9 of diamonds is the card that we stopped at. So all you have to do now is just really focus on that 9 of diamonds. And in the little who's it, what's it, beamer particle converter creator. I did a little Marshall Brody in there. You can see that the once empty frame of this ancient piece of magic and technology passed down from the aliens and the ancient Egyptians through across Asia and Atlantis. The 9 of diamonds. Ooh, the 9 of diamonds has now magically appeared inside the card you were merely thinking of. The random card that we cut to and stopped at has appeared in the thing. Man, that worked way better when I was pissing around with it earlier before we started the stream. Whatever. Magic show! There you go. Woof. Yikes. We got this. You know what? I forgot to do this as part of the UFO thing and stuff. But anyways, maybe I'll save this. Kyle, I know you're in the chat there. Kyle always helps me by throwing together some other tales of the strange and unusual that are reportedly true and possibly not. Who knows? Last week I did one on Barney and Betty Hill. We did one. And this week, no, we'll talk about it anyways. This, maybe you guys have heard of this. I remember hearing of this story of the strange and unusual. Hang on. We're gonna call this segment "True Stories of the Strange and Unusual." This is one that I remember hearing. It's called "The Man from Torrid" or Torrid. I don't know how to pronounce it. I've heard it different ways. Maybe you've heard of it too. This is very interesting, and Kyle did a great job paraphrasing and putting this one together for us this week. And here we go. Let me cleanse my palate with some of my iced tea as it sifts through my freshly mintified and polishified chompas. Okay, so here it is. The Man from Torrid, or from Torrid. Traveling around the world for business sounds like a dream come true for many people. However, imagine arriving to your destination to be told that your home country does not exist. I'm not talking about Tom Hanks in a terminal waiting for the chaos in his home to end, but that your home country has never existed at all. That's what supposedly happened at Haneda Airport, also known as Tokyo International Airport, in 1954. Depending on the source, the mysterious man either handed his passport to officials and they noticed the unknown country of origin, or the man mentioned the name of his home country and the officials asked for his passport. Either way, the country of Torrid has never known to have existed. The man and officials debated the existence of Torrid. The man claimed the small country has existed for over 1,000 years. The mysterious man explained his home country was nestled on the border line of France and Spain, where the Principality of Andorra resides. The man claimed to have never heard of Andorra before. His passport seemed authentic, with some sources claiming that he had stamps from previous trips, including Japan, because think about it, how the hell did he get into Japan and Tokyo anyways? A few sources state, this is where it becomes quite interesting. A few sources state the individual supposedly had a business meeting scheduled with the mysterious man had never even heard of him, the company he worked for, or the country in question. So like now it's like, was this guy a spy? What's going on here? What's the story? Until the government could verify who this mysterious man was, he was taken to a nearby hotel where guards were stationed outside the door to his room. His possessions were taken and stored in a separate, secure location. Now it gets really strange and unusual. The next morning, when officials came to get the mysterious man, he had vanished. His windows were closed and locked, and no guard had seen him leaving in the night. In fact, no signs of his escape could be found at all. Even stranger, his possessions had all disappeared as well. Explanations range from someone from another dimension who unknowingly crossed into ours, which I think is potentially possible, and then returned home, to a time traveler, which I think is even more possible, to a government cover-up, which I believe is most likely, to a simple story that has grown over many decades and retellings, like playing the game Telephone as a kid, right? Remember the game Telephone? Maybe a wormhole was created when his realm and ours made contact. Maybe he was a threat to national security, leading to the government cover-up. But why a made-up country then? Where did his possessions disappear to? And due to lack of physical evidence, this is most likely just a tall tale, grown more and more unbelievable with each telling. Spooky. But yeah, so I remember reading about this and hearing about this story. I found it really interesting. You know, it almost kind of goes along the lines of, man, who was that time traveler that supposedly was with John, what's his name, is supposedly a military guy. Kyle, you know who I'm talking about. Like John whatever, he was supposedly a time traveler from 2352 or whatever. I can't remember his name. But that sounds, like almost something that could have been from him in all reality. But yeah, boy, we're already at an hour and 15 minutes. I'm too busy yakking. We're gonna skip the homework. The homework, if you guys remember, our perpetual homework right now, which is where I recommend movies for us all to watch, and then we can talk about it next week. We're gonna stick to it this week. We're gonna come back. I'm gonna not be at the dentist next week, hopefully. So so we're just gonna, hopefully this will be a lot tighter knit. But if you guys remember, Captain Ron was the homework movie. If you guys have not watched it yet, I highly recommend you guys watch Captain Ron, as well as Jojo Rabbit. If you have not seen Jojo Rabbit yet, definitely give Jojo Rabbit a watch. Great movie. Captain Ron, another great movie, worth checking out, and all that. So, isn't it known as Andorra? Well, that's what they said in the thing. But it was not Andorra. It wasn't Andorra's. Torrid, and his passport didn't match or anything. Were you not listening to a word I was reading, Maureen? So yeah, so we're gonna jump over the homework for this week since we're running out of time. We're gonna lock it up with a music video again. If you guys remember, this is how I always like to close off the streams. I like sharing little weird and interesting music videos of strange artists or unique music creators, unique music performers. This is one of my favorite bands for a while. Ever since I was a kid, I've been into them. They're not very obscure or anything like that, but this is one of my favorite music videos of all time, as well as a great song by a great band. And this is a song by the band Smashing Pumpkins, and a great one-take music video, which I love those kinds of things. I love watching those things. So we're going to be signing off here for this week. Folks, you can tune in tomorrow night, 6 p.m. I'm back with the Anti-Gaming Gaming Show at antigaminggamingshow.com. That'll put you to all the other ways of watching. You can watch it here on Facebook. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on Twitch. And interact with me and my buddies live and try to mess with us as we try to take over Fortnite. But yeah, so I'm going to leave you guys with a Smashing Pumpkins music video for this week. Thank you, as always, for tuning in and sharing your time with me, because we have just shared what's been called your most valuable possession. That is your time, because it's something that when given away, you can never get it back again. So I want to say thank you for coming, spending a little bit of your time with me. Hopefully, I did not waste it. This is Ava Adore from the Smashing Pumpkins. We'll see you guys next week. Gute Nacht!